Let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. Straight ahead. Welcome back, guys. It's Alex from TECHAERIS.com, and I have finally gotten my Samsung S10 Plus review completed, posted, and ready to read. And I thought I'd make a quick video to accompany that review. And this is it. It's going to be a quick one. I will link to the full written review, which is about 3,000 words, down below, and you can read all of my thoughts there. Really quick, we'll go over the specs on this guy. I think most of you probably already know what the specs are on this, but just for my sake, let's just go through it. 6.4-inch Super AMOLED display in the front here, and new ultrasonic fingerprint sensor on the front, 88.9% screen to body ratio, 16 million colors, 1440 by 3040 resolution with a 522 ppi, HDR10 Plus compliant, Corning Gorilla Glass 6, always on display. All the same things Samsung gives you, they always spec out these guys. The Galaxy line of phones is their top tier phone, so you are always going to get the best of the best on the Galaxy S10, the Note 9, the Note 10. Those models are always going to be the best spec. So this is, this is a $999 phone starting. So you're not going to be wanting for anything as far as specifications go. Android 9 Pie is on board, the Snapdragon 855, Adreno 640. This particular model comes with 120 gigs of storage and 6 gigs of RAM. It's got dual front cameras and that nice punch hole. As you can see, no more fingerprint sensor on the back and no fingerprint sensor on the front. So it is an in-display fingerprint sensor, ultrasonic, they like to call it. The dual front cameras are 10 megapixel and 8 megapixel. And there's a triple rear camera in the back. And that is a 12, and a 16. It's a wide telephoto and ultra wide. It does all the things that you expect a flagship phone to do, video at 4K. The front does video at 1080p. Does have a headphone jack, which a lot of people will enjoy. It has dual speakers, speaker up top, speaker in the bottom. It's IP68 certified. It's got a 4100 milliamp hour battery. It has fast wireless charging, supports Samsung DeX, Samsung Pay, has the Bixby button if you care about Bixby. You get the S10 Plus in the box. You also get the Samsung charging adapter, which is fast charge adapter. Same kind of deal that you get with all the Samsung products. You get the USB-C cable. You also get a USB-C, USB-A adapter. And you get a pair of AKG wired headphones. This is what Samsung does, right? It's they make great phones. I like to call them the iPhones of Android. Everybody, you see a lot of people with Samsung. Samsung is probably one of the best selling Android phones out there. So you see them all over the place. They make great phones. They design great phones. They use great hardware. They're rugged for being glass. They're durable. I do wish that they would get away from this polished aluminum here and maybe go with more of a natural aluminum and not polish it up. But as you can see, Samsung's shrunk these bezels down to near impossible, especially the left and right bezels here. And the one thing I take issue with is sometimes the meat of my hand. I have a chunky hand here, so if I'm holding it too tight, I can register some touches on this touch display here, and it's not particularly fun having to deal with that, especially when I'm watching YouTube videos and I want to watch it in landscape mode and I turn the phone over. I tend to touch either with my finger down here or up here or something, and it registers an input, and it kind of gets annoying. So love that the bezels are nearly gone, but after using a phone with nearly no bezels on the side, I kind of want a little bit of bezel there to help keep my hand from touching. The forehead and chin are very, very thin. This I like. I do wish this was a little bit down lower, because this, you know, I don't touch down there very often, so it'd been nice to have this down lower. This is great up here on the forehead. I think if that matched that, that would have been spot on, but for whatever reason they didn't do that. As I said before, they have a punch hole here instead of a notch. I actually prefer the punch hole more than I like the notch. I do find that watching YouTube videos is it can get distracting. It's not a huge deal, but you know, when you go into a video, you know, you can see there is a little bit, it's just like the notch, you know, it kind of gets in the way of some portions of the video. Obviously this one's not so bad because I have, you know, there's black there, so it kind of, it's indistinguishable. But when you're watching a movie or something here, you can tell that that punch hole is there. But again, it's a notch or a punch hole for the most part right now with flagship phones, and I think the notch is a better choice. You can get this thing in Prism Black, Prism Blue, Flamingo Pink, Ceramic White, Ceramic Black, and this is the Prism White, which I really think is the best color out of all of them. It kind of gives a rainbow effect off. Kind of really cool looking. I really enjoyed that white color. Like I said in the review, this is basically 2 pieces of premium glass with a metal aluminum frame, and but it's all premium, and it feels really good in the hand. That's the one thing. That's why I say this is the iPhone of Androids. It's built well. Samsung always does a good job in designing their phones. On to the display now. What can I say more about Samsung displays? I mean, come on, Samsung displays are used on even the competition. So, you know, even the people that don't like Samsung have to admit that Samsung makes kick butt displays, and this display is no exception. It's a wonderful, awesome display that it's just amazing. It has great color, great contrast, great whites, very crisp. There's really not much more you could say about the display. 6.4 inches, it's a big display, a lot of screen real estate here, great for multitasking. You can do, you know, dual window and do all that stuff, and it works great. It looks great. It moves great. The performance is great. Scrolling is good. Pinch to zoom, everything works perfectly on this phone. It's great. As far as the software goes, running Android 9 Pie with One UI, Samsung One UI over top of it. I gotta say, I wasn't a fan of TouchWiz when TouchWiz was around. I know Samsung changed the Samsung experience for the S8, I think it was, and then One UI has come out. Really, One UI is not bad at all. You know, other than the icons, I wish you could change the icons with third-party icon packs. You can't do that. You can do it with their themes. Samsung provides themes. You can theme the entire phone with their themes in their store, but you can't use the stuff from the Play Store, which I wish you could do. I do like the dark mode in the settings and in the notification tray. I think it looks great. I think they did a great job in designing all this interface. They've really upped their game compared to TouchWiz. TouchWiz was really a pain in the butt. Android Pie works perfectly flawlessly on this phone. No worries there, and One UI is great. I enjoy One UI. If you don't like One UI, you can throw a custom launcher on there and you'll be on your way. But I think a lot of people will actually enjoy One UI. It's a really nice design. As far as performance goes, I mean, very little time we're going to spend on performance. This thing rocks. It does gaming and does, you know, multitasking. Everything that you want to do on a smartphone, you're going to be able to get done with this phone. It's not going to be a problem. But again, you're paying $1,000 for a phone. It better damn well function the way it should function. As far as the speakers and sound go, it has dual speakers. I think I mentioned that before. If you are a flagship phone in 2019, you better have dual speakers, I think. Especially dual stereo speakers. iPhone has it, Pixel 3 XL has them, and the S10 Plus also has it. The top earpiece here is a speaker, and your bottom speaker's down here, and it actually does pretty well. They are good speakers. They're great for watching movies if you want to watch movies without headphones, and this does the job. It's obviously not going to be, you're not going to be bumping at a party with this. You're going to have to use something like a Bluetooth speaker or headphones, but you know, it gets the job done for what you need to get it done. As far as the camera goes, you can check out the link below for the full article. I have a couple galleries in there with some pictures. Cameras are very subjective. You know, I tend to like the pictures that come out of the iPhone and the Pixel 3 XL more than I like these. These tend to be oversaturated a little bit on the, sometimes the highlights are blown out and it's not, you know, but that's all my preference. I know there's a ton of Samsung users that love the cameras on the Galaxy series, and they do make great cameras. There is no doubt about that. These cameras are some of the best cameras you're going to get. I think that most users are going to be just happy and just fine with the pictures that come out of this phone. I don't believe that anybody's going to dislike them. I think if you dislike it, you already have another phone that you like better, and that's just the end of the story. As far as battery life, 4100 milliamp hour battery, and I was able to get through my full day with that no problem, and even into the second day. Not a problem at all. It should last a couple days for most people. Depends on what you're using it for. Again, battery life is also subjective. It's going to depend on how you use the phone, what screen brightness you have the phone on, and if you're gaming or exactly what processes you're using on the phone, because the video and gaming obviously take more power. So it all depends on how you use the phone. You should be able to get through at least a full day doing gaming and the video watching and that sort of thing, video recording and photos. You should get more than a day. You should probably get 2 days if you're just using web browsing and texting and phone calls and social media, and not doing any video watching or any gaming on here. You should at least get 2 days for sure. So I think Samsung users are going to love this phone. I think if you're a Samsung user, you are a lifetime Samsung user. You're not going to go back. It's just like an iPhone user. Most Samsung users are very happy with their phones. This is why Samsung sells so many of them, and this is why they continue to improve them, because they know they have a customer base that's going to buy these phones. If you are not a Samsung user, if you're an iPhone user looking to switch to Android, I think you'll like this phone as well. It's going to be pretty familiar to you, and you're going to be able to pick it up pretty quickly. I think a lot of the hate for Samsung is going to come from users of the Pixel and other phones that just prefer, stock Android or something not Samsung over this, and that's okay too. You guys, everybody has their preference. I love this phone. I think it's a great phone. For $1,000, it has everything a flagship should have. I think at this point that you've already made up your mind. The only thing that might be holding you back is the cost of it. It's going to cost you $1,000, either cash money, or it's going to cost you $1,000 financing. Whatever way you're going to go, that's probably the only thing that's holding most people back. But I think most people are going to be just fine and happy with this S10 Plus. It is a fantastic phone. But hey, this is the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, and this was just a quick walkthrough review. It wasn't a full-on review. I know you watch a lot of other videos on this that are more professionally done. I mean, you get the B-roll that's, scanning across and stuff and giving you nice shots of the phone. It's all very pretty. We're a little bit lower budget operation out here, so right now we're not going to be doing that just yet. But as we grow and as you guys continue to share our videos, and as you continue to like our videos, and as our subscriber count goes up, we'll be able to start doing more of that kind of stuff and hopefully get better at our videos for you, and hopefully you'll like the videos we're producing now. Hey, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you are subscribed, thank you very much. That helps out a lot. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notifications on our latest videos, and we will talk to you guys on the other side.